Redbirds, and welcome to week 3. We just finished up on statistics and measurements. Very important concepts to understand, so if you didn't grasp them all the way, send me a message. I can send you some more information on it. Another great place to look is Khan Academy. It's just a little tip. I know there was one video this week about statistics in Khan Academy, but Khan Academy, that's Khan Academy. It is a website that does videos and really breaks down complex topics, especially in the sciences. I personally used it in chemistry, both Chem 140 and Chem 141 when I was at ISU, and when I took organic chemistry. There were concepts that Khan Academy really helped me grasp, the way they teach and everything like that, and it covers a myriad of topics, a lot of math topics also. So if you guys do need some assistance in other classes that are like that, please check out Khan Academy. It's free, and the videos are really good. So talking statistics, I wanted to bring up COVID-19. I told you guys with your assignments and stuff, you're not talking COVID-19 because it's there. I want you to find different risks that are out there today that people are talking about. I don't want you just to focus on COVID-19, but that doesn't mean I don't get to. So I will provide the link underneath this video of the COVID-19 campus tracker, and it's the campus tracker that Illinois State University is using to track the COVID-19 cases. And when I talk about statistics, what we want to understand in this is the different, how information can be given to you differently. So I will use some statistics that are right off the website, and then the other statistic I have is the undergraduate population from 2019, because I couldn't find the numbers for this year yet. They may not have come out with them publicly. Usually it takes about 4 weeks once the semester starts, and then they go through the ad drop and who didn't come and who didn't, yada yada yada. Then they post their numbers publicly. So I have last year's numbers. So we'll talk statistics. So 7 days. Okay, so now we're talking a 7-day trend, and we talked about trend lines. In 7 days, there have been 732 positive COVID-19 cases, and there have been 3,112 tests that have been done. So that gives a positivity rate of 23.5%. So almost a quarter of everybody that's getting tested at Illinois State University is being positive over the last 7 days. Okay, so that's 7 days. That's Sunday to Sunday. Remember that. Because now, if I tell you that there have been a total cumulative since school has started, so let's say August 1. We'll just use that. I don't know if that date's correct. Let me check the data real quick. Yeah, the data doesn't give me a date when it starts. So even if we use the start of school, so 2 weeks ago. All right, 2 weeks ago, there have been 4,282 tests given, and out of those 4,282, 933 of those have been positive, of a positivity rate of 21.8%. Okay, so that's still pretty high. 1/5 of the population that's being tested, but again, this is over a 2-week span. So let's say it is over 2 weeks. So let's subtract 732 from 933. You get 201. So in the first week of school, only 201 cases were positive, and then the next week we had an explosion. Okay, so you have a giant upward trend. It's a logarithmic, so if you look at a trend line, it would go like this, shoot right up there. That's called a logarithmic scale, so to get to a point and then it just goes, shoots right up. So that's what it would look like right now if you pointed all those data points. And you think to yourself, hey, the news is reporting this, that's pretty bad. I have a quarter chance of getting COVID-19 if I walk on a campus right now. Okay, so let me give you another number. 933 total, we talked about that. But the population last year, the undergraduate population is 18,250 students. So if you did the positivity rate of that, it's only 5%, 5.11%. So you could all these numbers are true. They're correct numbers. But if I wanted to present this in different light, you see how numbers can be manipulated. Statistics can be manipulated. Remember, statistics don't lie. It's how you present them. So I hope that gives you an understanding if you have a slight confusion on how somebody could manipulate data in a positive or a negative light. Because we don't know the population of students on campus. Are you on campus? Like physically on campus in Watterson, or what they consider campus housing out by the freeway? Are you physically there, or are you a completely online student and you're somewhere at home? I'm in Wisconsin. So if the question is, if I as a faculty member would get COVID-19 up here in Wisconsin and report that to my department and say, hey, I got COVID-19, does that count in the numbers for Illinois State University, or it can go positive or negative? You could say, no, he's not in Illinois, so he's not an actual threat or a risk for our students. On the other side, you could say, oh, well, that's another faculty member that has it. It's a risk. It's all about how it's spun, in a positive or negative light. And I hope that's a good example for you on statistics and how they can be used, good or bad. And I'll provide, like I said, I will provide you with the campus tracker, so you can keep track of that. It's information you should know, especially if you're on campus. You want to be. I want you to be safe. I want you to have the knowledge, and what you do with the knowledge is up to you. There's lots of campuses across the country, if you watch the news and pay attention, that are having spikes in COVID-19 cases because students are being irresponsible. It's not that. You can be responsible. You can hang out with your friends, and you can do it safely. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to be safe. All right, so let's move on to this week. We're getting out of the drier topics into some they're still kind of dry topics. They're not action topiks, but they're very, very important. This one is on the first one is on scientific studies. So the different types and what they do and what we're for. What'll come out of this is the types of studies. I break them down under the pros and cons and what they're used for and why they're good. That is the important thing to take away out of that lesson. You want to know the studies, and there'll be some examples in there. And if you have any questions about that, always you can email me or shoot me a message on ReggieNet. But scientific studies is the big topic this week, and then we have a small section. It's only 10 or 11 slides on the value of life of limb, but it's chapter 4 in your book. So the chapter does a great job of explaining it to you, and I don't want to regurgitate that information, so I just pulled out the hot topics that I feel, one, you're going to be tested on. So if it's in the PowerPoint, I guarantee you're going to be tested on it. But I think they're important to think when thinking about the value of life of limb, because it is a morbid topic. If you really think about it, you're putting a dollar value on someone's child that died. You're putting a value on your hand if you lose it. But it's the other side of thinking. It's the non-emotional side. And the chapter does a really good job of explaining that. And like I said, I short PowerPoint on it, 10-15 minutes long, and it gives a good explanation on that. And then finally, which will be upcoming once available, each department has a library resource. Ours is going to do a PowerPoint for you and introduce himself, and I'll let him do that. And he's going to put a small PowerPoint together for you to on how to use the library, the resources, and research methods, how to use databases and all that for your upcoming debate research, because you're going to have to put some research into it. This is just some tips and tools on how to use the library and how to use Google Scholar. A lot of people don't know about Google Scholar. But I just don't want you Googling answers or Googling topics, because we get into credibility, and especially in that debate project. We want credible sources backing up what we're saying. So, speaking of the debate, week 3, midweek, Wednesday or Thursday, more than likely on Wednesday though, I will post up all the topics, when they're going to be done, which weeks. This will be the week that you have a debate. Remember, you're going to do 2 debates over the next 6 weeks, starting in week 5. So we still got some lead time to get there. But they're going to post the topics, when they start, a document on how you're going to be graded, a document explaining what the assignment is, lots of information out there so you understand what you're doing. Okay, so the gist of it, we will talk about tomorrow in the Zoom meeting. I don't want to take up too much time here because there's going to be a lot of posting this week about the debate, so I'm going to leave it out of the intro. The Zoom meeting, Monday night, 6 to 7 p.m., it will be recorded. I will then immediately, if I figure it out how to post it, back to the website, so anybody that isn't able to attend the Zoom meeting will be able to see what the information was in there and listen to your students' questions. And man, is this just this glare over here. I gotta work on my lighting. I can cut that out later. So, Zoom meeting tomorrow, Monday, 6 to 7 p.m. will be recorded, and then it will be available for everybody else to view. On that, we have another introduction assignment. Oh, Mr. Hartman, why are we introducing ourselves 400 times? Because it's the easiest way. It's the easiest way to do it. I will give you 5 bonus points on this assignment right now, right here. When you do your introduction, give me your favorite flavor of ice cream. Then I'll know you're watching my intro videos. If you just do the introduction, it's 10 points. Throw your flavor of ice cream out there. It's an extra 5 points. It'll be extra credit added into your grade at the end of the semester. So it will be on Flipgrid. Flipgrid is the platform. Again, talk more about it tomorrow night. But Flipgrid is the platform that we're going to do the debates on. It worked really well last year. I did a test run on my last set of debates last year. It worked really well. It was much easier than having you guys make videos and post them to RegNet. A lot of technology issues. Flipgrid is a nice platform, easy to use. You can use it right off your phone. That's what I like. You know, if your phone, if you're comfortable right there, it works great. 5-minute limitation too. So at the end of 5 minutes, it'll cut your video off. So it really makes you plan out your debate topics. Again, that information will come tomorrow night. Cohorts or your groups. So you are going to be broken into groups of 6. And each, that is who you'll talk to the rest of the semester. It was randomized. I put myself into every cohort, obviously, but you will complete any forum discussions and the debates for the rest of the semester on within those cohorts. And you should see that this week on your forum. It should have popped up with you should only see your cohorts in there. And I will, again, post that to RegNet. The information will be there so you'll know who your cohorts are and who's in your group. Again, debate info, most of all this will come out tomorrow night, and it'll be, all the documents will come out on Wednesday or Thursday, but I'm really shooting for Wednesday. Last thing we want to talk about is quiz and assignment deadlines. 50% of the class did not pay attention to the deadline and did not complete their quiz. The reason I do quizzes at noon on Sunday is so I can grade them and have them back by the Monday morning. Tests are a little different. They take longer to grade. Quizzes I like to get back to you immediately, because a lot of the information on the quiz will be seen again in some shape or form on a test. So that's why I do it at noon. I have my own schedule. They're posted with plenty of time to get them done. If there's an issue with the time limit, 25 minutes, again, that's a lot of time. I feel for you to get these quizzes done, and a lot of people come way under the time. For those that had technology issues, I think I gave you the benefit of the doubt. But remember, going forward, unless it's a major storm system or there's power out across Bloomington normal, technology is not a reason to retake a quiz. I gave anybody that had technology issues the benefit of the doubt this week. Who did not get the benefit of the doubt was people that missed the deadline. Take the quizzes early. They're not hard. They're just a general information of what we are covering and what I want you to know. Like I said, 50% of the people in the class missed the deadline and got zeros for this quiz. So I'm really going to take a hard look at what I do with these quiz grades. I don't think it's fair to throw it out because some people didn't. And I don't feel that it's fair to just make it extra credit because it's a quiz. You should have done it. So at the end of the year, so the end of the semester, I will decide how I'm going to put this quiz into the grade. Maybe I change it to where I'll drop the lowest quiz grade from everybody's score, so it's fair across the board. Either way, just really pay attention to those times. Most assignments are always going to be 11:55. Your quizzes on Sunday are going to be noon. So pay attention to that. And there is no difference between 11:55 and midnight. So I tend to open things at midnight and they're due at 11:55, but it's on you to pay attention. I'm not perfect. And I really hate to give people zeros, and I really hate to give people F's in this class. An F in this class means you did nothing. To be honest, I'm a very I'm a kind grader. Let's put it that way. In the debates are worth 20% of your grade, and a lot of it is effort. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't put effort in, that's how you get a bad grade in this class. So, week 3, gonna get some good debate information. We're gonna try this Zoom thing tomorrow, and hopefully it works and it doesn't become a debacle and I end up as a TikTok video somewhere. I don't know. But if somebody's really good with it, please get on and help me with it. I know technology, but through my work, we use a lot of Microsoft Teams. If anybody's familiar with that, Zoom isn't secure enough for the government to use, so we use Microsoft Teams, and it's easy for me to do that. I got to learn Zoom. Hopefully we have some laughs tomorrow. It'll be good, and I hope you can make it. Like I said, we'll record it and repost it afterwards. Gear up for week 3. Enjoy this nice weather. Well, I'm having nice weather in Wisconsin. I don't know how the weather's going in Bloomington. I do know that when it gets cold and snowy here, it's still nice down there. So I'm going to enjoy my nice weather while I have it. I hope it's not too hot, and I hope you guys are getting some rain. Week 3, buckle down, ready to go. Good luck, Redbirds.